Have you ever had those days that you just, everything that you've seen around you, you just wanted to say, thank you, God, I'm blessed. I'm thankful for all that you've done for me. And here I am behind a school bus. The school bus stops in front of this house that's, the best words for it would be, it was like a shanty here in the mountains. The siding was old. The siding looked like it was half falling off of the house. The roof looked very old. It was one of those buildings that you just thought, does someone even live there? And this older gentleman come out of the house to meet whoever was getting off the school bus. But I couldn't see who was getting off as the school bus stopped in front of me, because all I could see was the back of the school bus. I could see the driveway that the older gentleman ran across. I could see the yard. I could see the house, but I couldn't see the door that he had run up to meet whoever was getting off of the bus. As he was coming across that yard, he was exuberant. But then when he came back into sight, where I could see around the corner of the school bus, as he got away from the bus and started going down this gravel driveway, I noticed they were going slow, but I also noticed there was about probably an 8 or 10-year-old boy that was with him that got off the school bus. And the boy was walking with a walker as if it was an older person. But here you had the older person walking to the school bus in a trot, an excitement to come see whoever was getting off that school, probably his grandson. And as the boy walked down that gravel driveway with him, you could see his ankles folding and him struggling to hold his body straight as he was holding on to that walker, walking down that gravel driveway, and his grandfather standing next to him. And you could tell they had smiles, and the joy was there, and the happiness was there. And the one thing that came to my mind as this was going on in front of me, the visual in front of me, is thank you, God, for humbling me. Thank you, God, for the blessings. Thank you, God, for the wealth and the prosperity that this family is showing me right in front of me, that may not be the flamboyance of the wealth and the riches that a lot of other people may assume is wealth. It may not be that type of wealth, but yet the Lord showed me that they were much wealthier than most people, because they had the happiness of family, and they had the happiness and joy inside of them as they met up and as they was walking together. And to me, that was so precious and so valuable to see. And all I could do for the next 30 minutes as I was going down the road is try to hold back the tears, not the tears of sadness, but the tears of joy. The tears that says, thank you, God, for showing me this today, because I needed that. I needed it so I could share it with you, because some of you need it, just like I needed it. You see, some of us have spent our entire life building our wealth and building our prosperity, when in reality, have we missed out on those moments that truly give us the true wealth that is more precious than any other type of wealth? It's not about how large the bank account is, or how large the home is, or how expensive the car is. Maybe the greatest wealth, the greatest riches, is that true happiness that we find in one another and in family and in friends and the people that mean the most around us. The happiness and the joy that we find in God. You see, the Bible doesn't talk about anything about how that God is supposed to make us happy, but it does talk about joy. And it says the joy of the Lord is our strength. I want you to hear that one more time. The joy of the Lord is my strength. And in that moment, when I seen that boy struggling with that walker, but yet none of those things mattered to him, the struggles he was going through in life, the fact that life didn't give him maybe the fair shot, maybe it didn't give him the best deck of cards to live with, but yet he was happy. And yet you see so many people that have everything and they're so unhappy. They have such a life that everything is handed to them, but yet they did not have anywhere close the joy that that young boy, that young 8 to 10-year-old boy walking with his grandfather, while he's walking on a walker while his grandfather is not. But they're hand on shoulder, boy's hands on the walker, struggling down the walkway, the driveway, the gravel driveway, and looking up at his grandfather and smiling the biggest smiles, and his grandfather with his hand on his shoulder, smiling back at him, and the happiness and the love that was bestowed between each other was immense. To me, that is so much more wealth than if someone had billions of dollars in a bank account. You see, we need to be thankful. We need to be counting our blessings and know that God sometimes shows us these moments that just humble us. I know it humbled me this week. There's nothing greater than our relationship with God and how we treat each other.